All right, apparently got some Pistons fans inside our studio. A Game 1 win. It is a brand new edition of the Association. We are presented by Caesar Sportsbook. Mike Am, Q Rich, Chris Haynes with you. If you're a Pistons fan, after what you just experienced in the first round, I got to imagine there's like a little bit, Q, of a sigh of relief here that you get game number 1.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't want it to, be upside down like the Orlando series was, but I think, they got a good thing going against Cleveland right now.
Yeah, faced a little bit of adversity in that fourth quarter, but they withstood it. And Cade Cunningham, man, proved why he's one of the best in this league.
Yeah, no question. Meanwhile, we'll show you exactly how it transpired. And by the way, if you are new to the association in the postseason, as soon as the coaches and the players hit the podium, we will bring you those press conferences live here on NBA TV. But these are two teams that are familiar with each other, actually split the season series 2-2. All right, I guess we're not going to show the highlight. Meanwhile, I want to ask you, because you had said, hey, at one point you felt like there was some adversity. We actually showed.
Are we getting the highlights, Mike? What do we do? Okay. Those two have tremendous chemistry together right there.
Jalen Duren in this one, 11 points for him. He did have 12 rebounds in the game.
Ooh, Tobias, I see you.
The little left to right.
I see you. The floater off the opposite leg.
Harris, by the way, coming up clutch. Got that playoff experience. That's a big bucket. At that point, you're like, ooh, we still got ourselves a game. And cut it to 6 off the Mitchell 3. That one's not going to fall for him. Detroit pushing the finishing touches on this one, and more importantly, coming up with a Game 1 victory. 6 Pistons players scoring in double figures. Cunningham goes for 23 points, 7 assists. Duren, another double for him. Meanwhile, for the Cavaliers, Mitchell, James Harden, they combined for 45, but Cleveland obviously falling a little short. Here's Cunningham when it was done.
All right, Cade, even when the Cavs were gaining momentum, you guys never faltered. How did everybody contribute to put this Game 1 win away?
Yeah, it was a great team win. A lot of effort from everybody. Took a lot of grit from them. Defending the ball, rebounding the ball. They're a tough team, so we knew it was going to be a battle coming in. It was a great team win for us.
JB said before the game that the confidence within you guys comes from your defense. How confident are you feeling on that end of the floor?
Yeah, feel great. Feel great. We have a great system in place. So, just play to your strength, but just give effort, put it all out there, and you got somebody behind you that'll come in for you whenever you're tired. So we got a great culture going. It's one win, and we got to come back and do it again.
It is a best-of-7 series, but do you feel like this game really can set the tone for how this series will go?
Yeah, it's supposed to. At home, you got to protect home court. We didn't do that last series, so we know it's important this series. They're a tough team. They want to come in and steal one. So we handle business tonight. We got to do it again day after tomorrow.
Hey, thank you so much. Congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, there's one point in this game, and I know Cunningham has got to feel that sense of relief. You touched on it before, some of the adversity in a game like this. Take me through, Q, from a player's perspective, though, when you gutted out in an opening round series against Orlando, and there's some real concerns about that team even advancing to get to this point, and you see a run, and it's in the fourth quarter, and Cleveland goes on an 11-0 run to tie this ball game late. You're sitting there going, ooh, like things get a little bit tighter here. What did it say to you that they're still able to win by double figures?
That they know who they are. They just had to buckle down on things. Like you said, they just went through a really tough series in the first round, and they weathered that storm. So if nothing else, they know they could survive. They could take a punch and survive and then come back from it. So I think they just leaning into that. I think Cade is an unbelievable leader, and he keeps them steady, and he keeps them going the right direction. But they got a solid team, man, and they lead, like you said, they lead with their defense. So I really like that about them.
Yeah, the first game is always about trying to fill your opponent out, right? Trying to see, okay, can this guy hit me with a jab? How hard can they hit? Can we withstand their hit? And I think for Cleveland's standpoint, now they have to adjust and adapt. And I look at their front court, right? We saw in the latter stages of the game, they had Evan Mobley trying to contain Durham, and Durham was still getting those rebounds. He's a monster guy. Is Jared Allen going to be able to play significant minutes in this series? Or are they going to be able to play their twin towers of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen? Does Detroit's matchup problems, does that eliminate Cleveland from being able to play the lineup that they notoriously use throughout the regular season? So it's all about, okay, how is Cleveland going to do this now? Because major adjustments are going to have to be made. Turnovers, 20 turnovers led to 31 points for Detroit, so they got to clean things up on that area. But overall, pretty good game.
Meanwhile, you mentioned some of those adjustments. Cleveland's going to have to figure that out. Just stepped into the podium right now, the head coach of the Cavaliers, Kenny Atkinson. Let's take a listen.
Kenny, why do you think turnovers were such an issue for you guys tonight?
Got to look at it. I always, look at it like it's a team thing. Always kind of starts with our spacing. I think screening is another thing. They got elite defenders. We have to get them off our ball handlers. They were stuck like glue to our ball handlers. So got to do a better job there. And then we got to win our spot too. They're taking off. They took us off our spot, especially in the first half. Kind of riding off catches, and I think at the end of the day, they were the more aggressive team. And that manifests itself in them turning us over. The rebounding, obviously, and also the free throw disparity. Right? You can say, well, I think halftime was 22-8. I think in free throws. So usually the more aggressive team gets to the free throw line. So they definitely had that advantage. I thought the second half, better force by us, better energy. We don't play that well, and 5-minute mark, it's a tie game, right? 93-93, we're right there. We miss a free throw block out, which drives every coach crazy. And those are momentum. Those are big plays, and you could argue missed opportunity. Tied on the road, game one. After that it was a little bit of an avalanche for them.
You brought up the free throw disparity, and going back to the last series, Donovan only shot 16 of them in the entire 7-game series and only shot 2 tonight. Why do you think he has not been able to get to the line the way that he could in the regular season?
It's a good question, Dan. I'm just going to continue to plead with him to get to the paint, get to the rim. That's all you can do. That's all you control. We just got to keep driving the ball. You meet aggressiveness with aggressiveness, and then we got to make the right reads. So keep getting to the paint. It'll turn. It usually does with the free throws.
It kind of goes without saying, but when Jarrett Allen is in that kind of a foul trouble and you don't have him available, how does that shift? Just how you can kind of game plan and counter adjust?
Yeah, messes your rhythm up, messes rotations up. But some of those, they weren't his fouls. As we got a breakdown, they had a back door, and we he's there and trying to clean up. Usually it's not the cause of him being in a bad position. It's more a breakdown from another person, and he's got to come over and help. So just sputtered us a little, got us off rhythm, I thought.